Hello guys, welcome back to L003, home of the best RV you're ever going to see. And today I've got the future news for June, and what else? Oh, yeah, I've got the summary for the missing scientists. So for John's session, I didn't read during the interview. Now again, John is probably going to do something with this on Adventures of Remote Viewing, his whiteboard session, and I could say that I've seen a couple other groups do some stuff on it, and his sessions back that up, what they got, basically. But some people were asking for the summary, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'll show you the the news. Okay, so this is for the missing scientist sessions that he did, which was to describe what happened to this guy specifically, not the scientist, McCasland. Sorry. So I had the sense of industrial technology and structural steel, as well as a hill or a mountains, and possibly something underground. I sensed aerial activity, tracking, and communications. I also picked up on a spherical object of some form of technological construction. There seemed to be two relevant groups, one of which may have been attacked. There was a pulse wave of energy coming down. This seems adversarial in nature. I felt additionally there may have been something occurring in the clouds. One group attacking felt very strong and powerful. A male subject stood out who was a bit emotionless. Trained, intelligent, and possibly military. Okay, that makes sense. There was a something brown hill with a white fence lining along. Okay, so oops, next page. It's ridgeline. There may have been a peak or peaks in nature as well, possibly with a structure present. There may be more than one explosion related, and I felt there was debris or cleanup involved. Mostly I had the perception of a non-human face with buggy eyes. Okay. So, is this some kind of conspiracy? Does this relate to his work of some kind? It certainly seems so. Okay. So there's that. I don't hear any more complaining about it. Wait for John's session. He'll give you more. All right, so this is news for June, and I watch a lot of news. This was kind of a couple quick sessions. I just kind of pulled them in and condensed them just to get it making quick and easy. So this is for not this month, but the following. And I just picked up on a three little things I think are separate events. Okay, so one, I get a sense of a new weapon. It's a military thing. The idea of minimal losses, much larger, more capable. AOL, ship-to-shore cruise missiles. AOL, loss of life, drone pilot. Okay, so that was one. I got a sense of this new weapons, and I get a sense of, oh no, okay, yeah, this is it. This is the same story. I get the sense of a new weapon or way to engage, shooting or deploying from further away. I get something being fired upon in or over the water, something toxic, possibly exploding gases or oil. So, there's a lot of stuff's going on at the Strait of Hormuz. That may be what it is, maybe something else. We'll have to see if it comes to fruition. So that's one. Oh, why does it keep doing that? Okay. All right. Next one is I had was some kind of tax fraud. Okay, I got AOL break, papers, tax returns, letters, mail fraud, AOL tax laws, exempt, political refugee. So my summary was for this one is this is a scandal with a paper trail leading up to this. I'm sensing an exchange of documents previously withheld. Feels political, possibly relating to a politician, a political refugee, or both. Feelings of vindication for someone. Okay. Now, the last one was something's being filmed. Okay, and this what almost reminded me of like being in a basket, like a football game or something, or like something's being filmed, or maybe that's just my AOL, my analytical drive. But it's like something's being filmed and all the cameras go, or all the lights go out, like power goes out, everything dies. Excuse me. Target summary. No lights, no power. Feels as if this comes in stages. First stage, no power. Next stage, and I question mark, like no gas. I don't know. But and AOL power plant issues. So that's the month for June. So we'll see if those things come to fruition. Another thing I wanted to say too, and this is kind of off topic, but just a reminder, guys, it's the remote viewer that is what's critical on this. It's not necessarily the methodology. So a screwdriver is just a screwdriver, whether you make it by Craftsman or you make it by, so granted, there's some screwdrivers that are better than others, but usually they're comparable and they can get the same job done. So is the skill in the technician or so what I'm saying is don't get wrapped up in these selling points for these instructors. They get pretty evangelical with their stuff, so watch out for that. And just remember to be kind to each other. Try and work within a myriad of groups, and and just watch out for scammers, dude. Guys, I don't I don't put out a lot of narrative stuff. I don't like try and tell people how to live their life in the future and this and the other, and how to invest their money. Because no matter how good you are, you could be wrong. You know what I mean? And they have been wrong. So we all have. So just something to be wary of. There is just more than ever. There's a lot of evangelical, over the top. Another thing too is, guys, if you're not in the blind doing this, then you can't. It's not remote viewing. You call it clairvoyance, call it whatever you want, but that's not what you're doing. You get people getting in line that are telling all these crazy stories about the moon and all this stuff, and they know what the target is ahead of time. It's complete imagination. It's completely unverifiable, and until we get verification on any of it, it's we have to be speculative. I never sink all my cards into one or even multiple viewing unless we get some kind of confirmation. Now, is it more likely than not? Probably, but that's what separates remote viewing from just psychic work. It's supposed to be worked in a scientific, clinical type setting, clean. And a lot of these guys are just going out, hey, I'm a remote viewer, and I close my eyes and I've seen this and that and the other. I guarantee you, if I gave them a blind target of a house, they'd blow right by it. So if you know what a target is and you claim to be a remote viewer and you tell this grand story, you're being duped. So don't fall for it. But anyway, I hope everybody is safe at home and having a good month, and the world's up in arms, and at least we all got front row seats, some closer than others. But like I said, remember to be kind to each other, and I'll catch you next time on All 003, the best RV you're ever going to see.